101 FM redefining broadcasting, and this is your A-list sports program, The Stadium. My name is Ted. I don't do this alone. With you out there, the listener, we are a team doing it together because Buchi is trekking on his way to Morocco to cheer up the home Chan Eagles on Sunday when they take on the host Morocco in the 2018 Nations Cup for home-based players in Africa. But of course, you are out there and I'm here with you, and the show will go on smoothly and nicely. There's a lot coming up in Commonwealth Games that will take place sometime in April this year, and a lot of teams back home here in Nigeria are already preparing. They're putting everything in place to start campaign right now ahead of that, so that Nigeria will have a very good participation in the competition. We'll be talking about that. We'll talk a little bit about boxing. Somebody lying in wait for Anthony Joshua to see what happens in the fight between him and Joseph Parker on the 31st of March in Cardiff. Somebody else is lying in wait to see whoever wins that fight. He will take on the person, and he has opened his camp. He's training hard, waiting, but his focus is on Anthony Joshua. Donald Trump is in the news again. It's not political news, it's sports. Something between him and Diego Maradona, one of the greatest of all times in football. We'll give you details about that. And of course, Arsenal's record signing. Unfortunately, he can't play. What is wrong? Arsene Wenger has come out to state the reason why he can't feature Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang first of all. But probably tomorrow when Arsenal takes on Everton, he might just have a feel of the round leader game in North London if he is really fit. We'll give you the reasons why he is not yet considered to start playing. And Arsene Wenger as well has come out to give us the real reasons behind the transfer of Oliver Giroud. It's not for the sake of the club. We don't know exactly who wanted who now. Did Chelsea really want him, or they wanted Andy Carroll? Why did they let some of their players go and bring in Giroud? Of course, he has a very good record in Arsenal, scoring a lot of goals from the bench whenever he starts as a super sub. But the reason is more of a country thing than just the club thing that we were looking at. That is also in our package for today. A lot more, of course, games coming up tomorrow. The league resumes, or continues rather, tomorrow again in England. Classic games will taking place, and people are looking at Man City nailing it and going almost 20 points clear of anybody there. Jose Mourinho thinks he's giving up the challenge already, that City have everything it takes to win the league. And of course, Mourinho's players, what is happening with Sanchez? Can he solve the problems of Manchester United? We'll look at that. And of course, Mkhitaryan, he has two jersey numbers. One is the one that was vacated by Alexis Sanchez. That's jersey number 7, but unfortunately he can't use it in Europe. So he has to use another jersey number when he goes for continental competitions, one of which is on the 15th of this month when Arsenal take on Ostens in the Europa Cup round of 32. We'll give you details of that in the package. Do stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. This is Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting, and this is The Stadium. My name is Ted. Joseph Parker and Anthony Joshua will have a fight in March, on the 31st of March in Cardiff. This is about that Eddie Hearn, the promoter for Anthony Joshua, and our own Okoli, has actually put a lot in place to make sure that this fight takes place, and it's coming up on the 31st. But there's a Russian called Alexander Povetkin. He's a very big fighter within that weight category. He's having a fight with David Price. He thinks he will win already, and he's waiting to see between the winner of the fight between Anthony Joshua and Parker. We have to face him. It's a mandatory fight, actually. The winner has to fight him. He's a challenger here, and he thinks he has everything it takes to beat Anthony Joshua. He says he'll be watching their fight keenly, and he has been watching it actually. He has opened his training camp in Sochi, and he's training hard, watching Anthony Joshua in 3D, watching every other boxer that he intends to face because he wants to launch back into boxing fully. He spoke about Tyson Fury as well. That if Fury wants to fight with him with the right arrangement and with the right sums, he is ready and he's available. He's a heavy puncher and he's ready to take on any of these heavyweight guys within that category because he intends to launch his career back. We'll wait to see what happens in Cardiff on the 31st of March and who next AJ will fight if he wins that fight and secures the third belt which Parker has. Of course, we have other boxers out there who are ready to fight him. He's like the big catch now. Everybody actually wants to have a test with AJ. We're proud to identify with him as our own, even though he's doing it right there in England. Commonwealth Games. Ahead of the Commonwealth Games, the Nigerian Basketball Federation is already preparing players for camp in Lagos. 20 players have been called up to camp. And they are from very, very decent clubs around Nigeria here, I must say. Kano Pillars alone can account for 7 players, excuse me, 7 players that will be in camp. Gombe Bulls, 4 players. Mark Mentors here, our Mark Mentors here in Abuja, 2 players. Other teams that are expected to have their players in the camp include Aspak of Bini, Rivers Hoopers, Bauchi Nets, Quara Falcons, Niger Potters, and Civil Defenders. So the players will be in camp. The Commonwealth Games will come up between the 4th and the 15th of April. And I think this is a good time. Instead of waiting till it's around 2-3 weeks to the games before we start camping, this is a very good time. By camping now, they can actually try some test matches with other teams or even with other countries if the arrangements are made well and prepare themselves. Of course, they are in a very tight group. It's called the Group of Death. So the Tigers will have to fight Australia, the host country. The games will take place actually in Gold Coast in Queensland in Australia. Australia is a host country. There's also Canada. You know Canada and basketball? You know it very well. New Zealand is there. So there are countries that Nigeria cannot take for granted when they start the competition. And of course, the coach Abdurrahman Mohammed has come out to say they are very, very optimistic that the Tigers will do Nigeria proud at the tournament. Of course, it's not just saying it; they should also do it. Of recent, they have not been playing very well as the team we once knew here. We don't want what happened with the handball national team, men's handball national team in Gabon this year, to happen to the Tigers at the Commonwealth Games. So they should prepare very well, get their hearts together, go out there in Australia and get a trophy. Of course, they can win gold there if they go with all commitment because we're a basketball nation. I can say that proudly. If you go to states like Jos, Benue, the average school has a basketball court. And of course, Kano. Many other places up north and as well Lagos. And our league is one of the best now in Africa. A lot of money has been pumped in there now. So there's not a matter of complaining that the funds are not available because the league has sponsors. And the league has been doing well. And getting these players from the league, from the teams around the league, is a very good development. It's a welcome development. We don't have to always rely on our professionals who are out there. This is a very good exposure for these players at the Commonwealth Games, hoping that they actually feed them eventually into the big team and merge them with some of our big stars that we have there in the NBA, so that we can get our spot back in Africa as not just being number one, but a country that everybody can contend with. Angola have always been our problem, and sometimes Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire are a very big challenge to us when it comes to basketball. I think it's time we use these Commonwealth Games taking place in Australia in April to get ourselves back and be a threat to any of these teams when a competition comes. This is a Stadium on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. We'll take a short break for call to prayer. Do stay with us. We just do this for our Muslim brethren. As soon as they're done, we'll get back and go straight into business. I'll tell you about Donald Trump. He has a problem with Diego Maradona. Stay with us. We'll give you details of that story.
101.1 FM. Owners, the home of Brekete Family Reality Radio and TV show, will be won on 13th February 2018. As we mark this first anniversary, the management wishes to inform the public, our team and listeners and viewers on social media platforms of a slash on our advert rates beginning from 1st February to 30th June 2018. This is to allow individuals, business enterprises, corporate organizations, government agencies, non-governmental bodies to reach their various customers and clients at rock bottom affordable costs. Also, religious and faith organizations can use this window to extend their goodwill messages. Remember, this special anniversary rate slash bonanza will last from 1st February to 30th June 2018. For more details, contact Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM at plot 1184, Kaura District, near Games Village, Abuja, or call 080-9589-6193 or 090-9992-0222. You can email us at info@humanrightsradio.org. Hurry and grab this opportunity now. Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting.
You are still tuned to Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting. This is the stadium. My name is Ted. The long-awaited bout, the match between our own Okoli Lawrence and Isaac Chamberlain, will take place tomorrow at the O2 Arena in London. That's February 3. Of course, both fighters are in the cruiserweight and undefeated in both fights that they have had professionally. So it's a fight to watch out for. We'll be giving all our support to our very own from here to see that, yes, we have two heavyweight fighters and boxers from Nigeria. Of course, after that fight, he might maybe just graduate from that weight to a higher weight category before Anthony Joshua bows out eventually to venture into politics, which he's considering. Boxers and politics, I don't know what's attracting them there. Of course, the Davis Cup is on in tennis. Games are going on as we speak. Richard Gasquet is playing against Robin Haas, and the game is on. In the third set, Gasquet took the first set 6-4 and 7-6. But Haas is now up 5-3. So we might just go into a 5-set thriller here in the Davis Cup. David Goffin is playing Attila Balzas 6-4, 5-4 so far in the second set. The match is still going on. Andre Seppi, eventually, he had a game today. He has recovered. He played against Yuichi Sugita, but he lost 4-6, 6-2, 6-4, 4-6, 7-6. Not a very good one for him there. We keep our eyes on these games and see what becomes of the Davis Cup towards the end of next week when they eventually round it up. All right, I told you about Donald Trump and Diego Maradona. Diego Maradona has been denied entry visa into the United States. What is the reason? He said some derogatory comments. He made some comments about Donald Trump, the president of the United States. So that has angered the government, and they have denied him visa to the United States. He was to go to the state to have a court case with his ex-partner about the purchase of a property. But right now he can't appear in the States because they refused him visa. What did he call? He called Donald Trump Chirolita. The meaning of this word is somebody who is under the orders or the influence of other people, who is being used as a puppet. He made these comments to the press when they asked him his opinion about Donald Trump, and that's what he said. Now it has landed him in trouble again. Diego Armando Maradona. When will this problem stop? He's presently a coach in the United Arab Emirates. Telesu is the name of the coach, the name of the club. He coached them before, and then now he has moved to Al Fajura. He's actually working there. He's considering probably going back to Argentina to take up another job there, or to go to Napoli in Italy to coach the team that is struggling in the league there. Diego Maradona, anyway, sorry. That's Donald Trump for you. You don't step on his toes and go free. Down to the world of football. Yesterday we spoke about something that is troubling that is happening at West Ham, where David Moyes is a coach. They needed to have their director of football to resign, Tony Henry, to step down because of some emails he sent to members of his team about recruiting or hiring black players. West Ham do have some black players, but the last transfer, this one that just ended on Wednesday, they let out 2 players of African descent, and Tony Henry has told the recruitment committee that he heads that he wouldn't be actually hiring or signing African players, black players of African descent again. It's a very racial thing, and West Ham have come out to give a statement that they disassociate themselves from that, and they are not a part of that. It is never the plan of the club to do that. Players that are black there have also come out on that official social media handles to condemn that, and I've also spoken about the fact that they have experienced a little bit of racism towards them by fans of West Ham. But David Moyes, the new coach of West Ham, has come out to say the comments that are made by Tony Henry are totally wrong, that West Ham have black players of African descent, and they will keep doing that as long as the player fits into the project that West Ham United is out to achieve. They will sign the player and play. So it is a different thing entirely. We have not known the actual truth yet that is there, but as time goes, Tony Henry might speak more and tell us why he's trying to be racist. West Ham have had black players in the past. They have helped them keep them in the league, win matches. And so all of a sudden, what is the problem? We don't know. All right, Arsene Wenger's new signee, Aubameyang, might not be able to feature immediately because he's sick. He's recovering from a bug, according to Arsene Wenger. So he's going to monitor him closely to see if you feature him against Everton tomorrow. If not, he'll have to stay until he's fit enough to come in. it's not very good news for Arsenal and Arsenal fans because he came in as a god. Of course, his combination with Lacazette up front will be a deadly one. Mkhitaryan there in the midfield will be a very, very deadly one to make Arsenal stronger than they were. Probably get them to qualify for the UEFA Champions League at the end of this season. They have games in Europe, in the Europa League, so we need these players to be strong enough and not sick to play so that Arsenal fans will be happy, including one of my friends that we just spoke shortly before the program, and G1, of course, our usual reporter. You can be a part of this program by calling 081 89 99 1011. As a Wenger against T, he has come out to say the reason why Oliver Giroud was allowed to leave Arsenal to go to Chelsea was not because Chelsea really needed him, but because of the World Cup. Russia 2018, yes, Giroud needs playing time to play for France. So Wenger tactically allowed him to go over to Chelsea, where he is sure that he will have more playing time, rather than staying at Arsenal, warming the bench, coming in as a super sub on the bench. So Chelsea, if you thought you signed Giroud, well, it was one of Wenger's tricks to help his country. He might just need to get somebody else in the summer during the transfer window who will give that challenge to Morata, who sees now that he has no competition and he's lazy, missing goals in front of the post like that. All right, I told you about Mkhitaryan. Yes, he was given the jersey number 7 at Arsenal, but he wouldn't use it in the Europa League games because there's a rule. Article 52, Section 2 of UEFA Rules Book states that no number may be used by more than one player on a term, and no player may use more than one number in the course of a season. Since Sanchez used that number in Europe, 7, nobody can use it until next season. So if you see him wearing 7 while he's playing domestically and wearing 7 when he's playing continental games, you understand that is a reason. It's just to avoid that. I remember Andy Carroll back then when he joined Liverpool. He got the number of Fernando Torres, who left to Chelsea. That was jersey number 9. But in Europe, he couldn't use it. They had to be given jersey number 29 to use. So if you see those numbers, don't be confused. It's just one of the rules that the team will not be able to breach. They have to use that. If not, maybe, just maybe, they could be fined, or the player will not be eligible to feature. All right, Mahrez at Leicester City handed in a transfer request, hoping to go to Manchester City on the final day, but it wasn't possible. Since then, he has refused to train. It's a troubling situation at Leicester City, but I'm just hoping that Weather will give a chance to our players, Nigerian players who are there who have not been featuring. Maybe that's a chance for Kelechi Iheanacho to step in and start playing every game. He has not been at the training sessions for the club for both yesterday, Thursday, and today. The coach, Claude Puel, came out to say, well, he thinks Mahrez needs his head to clear first. Whenever he comes back, the club is ready to welcome him to come back and play. But that they didn't give him permission to get away from the club. It is because of the transfer request which he handed in on the transfer day that got him upset. Probably he will come back. Matches will be played tomorrow. You have Manchester City visiting Burnley by afternoon. That's lunchtime kickoff. And in the evening hours, you have Stoke City against AFC Bournemouth, who dealt with Chelsea a few days ago. They will be actually using that inspiration to continue their fine run now. West Ham United, who don't want to sign African players again, will be playing Brighton and Hove Albion. Swansea City, who defeated Arsenal a few days ago 3-1, will be at home to Leicester City, who don't have their star player, their star striker, Mahrez again. So a lot of things. Huddersfield Town will be playing Manchester United. Remember they met before? Some time ago in the other competition, something happened. Maybe it's a repeat, but they're coming to Old Trafford. Can Sanchez help United catch up with City? We don't know. Southampton will be visiting West Bromwich Albion, and Everton will be visiting Arsenal in the final game of the day. So we'll wait to see the outcome of those games. But the stadium will be back tomorrow evening by 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. 2 full hours, and we'll discuss details all these games. We'll take a look at the tables from all other leagues, both the Liga, Serie A, League On, Bundesliga, as well as the Premier League. And of course, the MPFL matches that will be played will touchlight all those ones tomorrow. We'll look at them and look at the table. The log is changing. Aqua United is doing well. Lobby has started losing away. Of course, big games are on tomorrow as well and Sunday, so we keep our eyes focused on that. Until then, when we meet tomorrow, we'll discuss all those games and the results and the outcome of some of the games that will be played tonight. Friday night football returns, so we'll check out some of the games that we play today around the world in different leagues. And then we'll talk about the preparation of the Chan Eagles against Sunday, playing against the host country, Morocco. Thanks to Desmond, and thanks to those on the server for making this program live on the internet. You can be a part of it again tomorrow by 6 p.m. Until then, stay safe and be blessed. Good night.